What is going on, everybody? This is Zebo here, and today I'm back with my question and answer series, and today I'm actually going to be answering all the questions that were left in the comment section of my last video that I uploaded. And so before I get started, I just want to say if you guys are enjoying this series, then hit the like button for me. That is what really keeps me motivated, and that is pretty much the only way I'm going to see the feedback I'm getting on this video and see what you guys want to see. And if you want another episode and this video gets a lot of good feedback, then that's definitely going to motivate me to get another episode of this question and answer series up sooner. And so thank you all, everybody that asked a question. I got 198 questions, and so that is a ton of questions, and I'll do my best to answer most of them in this video. And if I don't, just ask them in the next question and answer episode, and hopefully I'll answer it soon. But I can't answer all 200. That'd be way too long of a video, and I'm gonna quit rambling now and start answering questions. The first question I got was from Amazement. He says, how did you get into editing and who inspires you the most? And honestly, there are a lot of people on YouTube that inspire me, but the main person that inspired me from the very beginning is Dibs, or Dibs PS3, that many of you may have heard of. And he's a editor back in the old days. Not really old, but like last year, 2 years ago. And he actually quit, and he is back again now. His new channel is AJC Films, I believe. And if you just search Dibs on YouTube, you'll find all sorts of his old COD edits and stuff, and you can see what I'm talking about. And how did I get into editing? I mean, honestly, I don't really understand or know how I honestly got into editing. I just kind of recorded some kill cams with my phone and stuck it in Windows Movie Maker, and it created this awesome movie. And it was just really cool how it put all the clips together, and it added music to it and everything. And that's pretty much the first time that I realized, hey, this is cool. And that was the first time that I actually started and I wanted to edit more. Now, X Zerma asked, how do you deal with all your haters? And there's not really a set answer to that. There's all types of ways that you can actually deal with your haters, and there are so many different types of haters on YouTube. There's even haters in real life, if you think about it, bullies and stuff at school. And so haters are always going to be there, so you just kind of learn how to ignore them. And I mean, people are always going to be jealous of what you do better than them, and that's mainly the reason that people are going to be hating on you, as far as I've realized since I've been on YouTube. But my main thing is just ignore hate and promote peace. The Trafsta asked, what was the hardest part of getting famous / becoming a good editor? Does it take a while to learn all the techniques and stuff you know about editing now? And honestly, the hardest thing about becoming famous, he says famous, but I honestly don't see myself as famous still. I'm just another kid out there that caught a lucky break, and I got a few subscribers. But I mean, everybody can go on the same path I did, as long as you just try your heart out and you keep working at it. And so that was the hardest part of getting famous / being a good editor, was just the motivation. Always telling myself, always got to keep going. And I mean, there's honestly 5 to 6 times that I've wanted to quit YouTube, but I've just motivated myself, and you look at where I am today, and it's all paid off. And so that was the hardest part. And yes, it takes a while to learn all the techniques and stuff about the editing. And I mean, practice makes perfect. It's just like baseball, football, any other sport out there. The more you edit, the better you're going to be at it. Sean Suknik asked, if you had to be locked in a room with 5 people you know from Xbox Live, who would they be and why? And this is actually going to be a really hard question to answer, because I have met a ton of awesome people on YouTube. And so I know the first person that I would definitely want to be locked in a closet with, or locked in a room with, would be Dare Duncan, because he has been the ultimate motivation in my whole YouTube career so far. And he actually quit YouTube, unfortunately, but luckily I'm still able to keep in touch with him through Skype and texting and Twitter and all that. So Dare Duncan would be number 1. Second would probably be Luke, or Zone Sly / Zone Wizo. I've known him since the good old days on PS3 when we both first started up, and he's actually in my clan now in the Zone HQ, and he is actually the person that sold me my HDP VR, got me making my first Call of Duty videos, and so definitely him and Dare Duncan. Then the third person would probably be Garrett, which is the manager of my music channel, 5 Tunes, and so he is a really awesome guy. I just kind of met him. I actually met him through my background challenge. He made me a sick background, and we've became almost best friends, and so that's really cool. So I would want to be locked in there with him. The fourth person would probably be Dare Volt. I've known him for a while as well, and he's helped me out through all sorts of stuff, and I actually was a key person that helped him get into Dare, and so you're welcome, Volt. Love you, buddy. And the fifth person would actually have to be, I'm gonna have to go with Dare Pwned on this one. I was in Dare Pwned's clan for a while, Dare Sniping, and he was just an awesome guy. He's a Christian, and he just motivated me. He's really inspirational, and so I would want to hear some more of his stories, so he would be in that room with me too. So there's my top 5 people I'd want to be locked in a room with: Dare Duncan, Zone Sly, Garrett, Dare Volt, and Dare Pwned. There you go, Sean. V Pulse HD asked me, how long on average does it take you to edit an episode or a montage? And honestly, it all just depends on what type of channel it's going up on, how many people are going to see it, and just how much time I actually have to edit it. If somebody needs it done the next day, then I'll most likely get it done then. But if they're going to give me a week or two, then I'm definitely going to spend that extra week on it and make it a lot better edit. And so, like, if it's going up on Optic Nation or FaZe Clan, then I'm going to spend a lot more time on it, rather than if it's just going to go up on a channel that only a few people are going to see it. But I'm always putting the hardest work I can into an episode, and both a montage and an episode. And so and a montage is going to take me a lot longer to edit than an episode, since it's going to be more clips, and a montage, in my opinion, has better editing, and an episode is just more based around the clips and stuff. And so it pretty much just averages out. It just depends on how long I have to make it and all the things I just mentioned before that. Mick Lovenape, I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, but his question was, what's the most time you spent editing in one day? And I have spent so many days editing that I don't even really remember a proper answer to this one, but I'm sure I've spent 4, 5, 6 hour a day editing. I honestly get kind of tired of it when I'm just sitting in front of my computer for a long time, and so the most I've probably ever spent editing in one day is about 6 hours. I don't even know if I've went that long, but It's My Edit asked me, do you get jealous of other editors? And I'm not gonna lie, I get jealous of tons of editors. I mean, I have my own style that's kind of just calm and clean and simple, and I just like that how I edit. But I mean, even since I first started, I was jealous of Dibs, and I still am jealous of Dibs. He's an excellent editor. And I mean, FaZe Agony, there's so many editors out there that I'm jealous of, but you just can't let it get to you. Gotta keep motivated and keep it up. XRise HD asked me, is it hard running Zone? And honestly, running Zone is one of the most difficult things that I've ever came across, like on YouTube or almost even in real life. And I honestly never realized how difficult it would be running your own team. And being in Dare Sniping for so long, I saw everything that the Dare leaders went through and everything, and I thought, there's no way it's that hard. But once I started out Zone, I mean, there's so much stuff. You have to keep yourself organized, you have to keep up with the uploads, you have to get sponsors, you have to keep the channel graphics fresh. I mean, there's so many things. I could just go on and on about how difficult it actually is to run your own team. So yes, it is very hard running Zone. I actually got a lot of questions saying, what kind of computer do you have? And so not necessarily one person asked me that, but I saw 5 or 6 of this in the same question, and so I'm going to go ahead and answer that one. And I actually have a custom built PC. I ordered all the parts from newegg.com, and I have 16 gigabytes of RAM, Intel Core i7 processor, and I have an AMD Radeon HD graphics card, and I have a 120 gigabyte solid state drive, and then a 1 terabyte hard disk drive. And I know that sounds kind of techy and nerdy, but I didn't know any about that before I started building my computer, and it was a really fun experience. And so if you guys need any help with that, feel free to message me, and I can help you pick your parts and even give you some basic tips in building your own PC if you need to. And so I would highly recommend that if you're in the process of looking for a new computer. PM Scritters asked me, from editor to editor, do you ever feel like your work isn't as good as it could be? Because sometimes I get that feeling and it makes me want to stop. And I mean, honestly, every single edit I've done since day one of my YouTube career, I've looked back on it and I've always see those errors in my edits, or just those little things that I wish I could change, but it's already been viewed and uploaded to my channel. And so yes, from editor to editor, I always feel like my work isn't as good as it could be, and I always could be improving, but that's just one way that I keep myself motivated. VFX and GFX asked me, what programs do you, and I'm assuming he means what programs do you use. And the main programs I use for editing is Sony Vegas Pro 11, Cinema 4D R13, and Adobe After Effects CS5. And those are pretty much the 3 top programs I would ever recommend for editing. Another key one I sometimes use is Buju or Baojo. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it's the motion tracking program. And then for recording my voice, I actually use Audacity. For recording my screen, I use Fraps. And for compressing my videos, I use Handbrake. And so I think I included them all there, and those are most of the programs I use. And so guys, that video is going to come to a wrap. It's been about 10 minutes long, and so for the next episode, make sure you leave your questions. I will be uploading another video soon, so you can ask your questions. And so if you like this, please hit the like button. It'll really keep me motivated and make me want to post another episode. And so don't forget to follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page, and thanks for watching.